Welcome back, friends, to another weekly video. A question I hear a lot in business is, what is the difference between strategy and tactics? Well, that's a question we're going to be answering in this video and explain why it's important for your business. Strategy and tactics are terms that confuse a lot of people. And I think part of the problem is people tend to talk about these ideas in very theoretical, very abstract ways. And so what I want to do today is I want to give you very practical definitions that you can use in the day-to-day operations of your business. So let's start with strategy. Strategy is the description of your ideal market position. This is made up of several different things. You have SWOT analysis. This is understanding your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And this tells you your competitive advantage in the market. Then you have customers. Who is your target market? Then you have product. What are you selling? And finally, your value proposition. How does your product fit the customer's needs in a valuable way? So strategy is the description of where your company is going. Now, this is usually captured in what's called a strategic plan. And this is the document that's meant to communicate your company goals and focus everybody in the same direction. Let's talk about tactics. Tactics describe how to achieve the strategy. So these are the step-by-step tasks you're going to do to achieve the goals that are laid out in the strategic plan. So you might sit there and look at the next quarter and figure out, what are the steps I have to take to achieve the company goals? That list that you write down, that is your tactics. Strategy is the destination, tactics are the journey. So let's use a silly example here. Let's use an example of taking a road trip. So imagine your goal is to take a trip to Yellowstone National Park. So that is your destination. Your tactics are going to be everything you're going to do to get ready for the trip. So you're going to plan out your route, you're going to gather supplies, you're going to fuel up your car. So tactics are everything you're going to do to achieve the goals you've laid out in your strategy. So why is any of this important? Well, imagine you have 1,000 people in your organization. Well, all those people are making decisions every single day, and you hope that those decisions are aligned with your company's strategic goals. So, for example, imagine one of your employees is going to buy a piece of equipment, and they have a couple of choices. They can either buy the equipment that's more expensive but's going to last longer, or they can buy a cheaper piece of equipment that has a shorter lifespan. Which one do they choose? Well, it depends on how often the company is going to use that piece of equipment. If you have a clearly communicated strategic plan, you can hand that document out to everybody and they can use that document to make their decisions. Let's use another example. Imagine your IT manager is about to make a large software purchase. Well, the decision on what software to purchase is going to be based on your strategic plan. So where's your company going? Do you have offices across the country, or are all your employees focused in one centralized location? Well, that's going to impact what software you choose to purchase. If your IT manager does not understand your strategic plan, they could spend a lot of money on something that actually hinders your strategic goals. Historically, strategy and tactics are military terms. So this is how you would describe how to go to war. But business and the army are actually very similar. So what you're doing is you're creating plans, you're communicating those plans to your troops, and then you're implementing against those plans. So here's the ideal situation. The leader develops the strategic plan, and then he hands that plan to his department heads. The department heads take that document and they sit and they think about what's going to happen over the next 3 months. And they write out a list of tactics, which are the step-by-step actions they're going to take to achieve the goals in the strategic plan. They then hand their list of tactics back to the leader. Then you have a very defined plan of action. You know exactly where you're going and how you're going to get there. The problem with all of this is that this is a lot of hard work, and a lot of companies just don't do this. So what ends up happening is people are not focused and a lot of resources get wasted. Strategy and tactics is something you can implement in your business that is free, that can save you a lot of money. If you have clear communication about where you're going as a business, you can do so much more with a lot fewer people. This is all about communication and getting everybody on the same page and dominating your market. That's why it's so important that you have a clear understanding of strategy and tactics in your business. Now I want to hear from you. If you think strategy and tactics are important, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And if you liked this video, if you found it helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. The best way to supercharge a business is through accounting and corporate finance, and I release a new video every week, so come back and check out next week's video.